G'day trendsetters. A few weeks ago now I made a little video about this box basil that I bought or found at the local farmers markets and brought home and potted up into a bigger pot. It still smells absolutely amazing. But almost as an afterthought, and I also knew from looking at multiple other YouTube videos that basil struck or strikes quite readily from cuttings, but I'd never tried it. So as I said, almost as an afterthought, I took a few cuttings and bunged them in, and this was, I took one cutting on the video and this was it, and it struck. I've already tapped it out and had a look, and there's a nice little root system in there, and today I'm going to pot that up. But at the same time I took a few extras, and they're all struck, so I've got 100% strike rate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cuttings from this one little plant. I'll show you how I do it in a minute. But again, also at the same time, I've got a little sweet basil that I had grown from seed earlier on in the year, and I thought, well, I'll try that as well. I did try two and I lost one, but it was a very small cutting. It might have been just a little too small. And again, I'll show you how I do these in a minute as well. But they are dead easy. This is by now probably 3 weeks. That did have a small root system at the 2-week mark, and like I said, we're at about 3 weeks now. No hormone, rooting hormone, just the cutting straight in. I have, just for the sake of convenience, got some ℙ𝕃𝕼𝔸𝕊 seed and cutting mixture here, rather than making my own. But this one here, I just used normal potting mix, and they've come up. I'll just pop him out. How can I tell? This is a good question. How can I tell that this one especially has got root system? There's nothing coming out the bottom yet, but this is, might not be able to see quite too well, but this is a nice fresh new green come over these plants, and they have grown a little bit, so they're showing signs of growth, and there's a nice new flush of colour about them, so there's a bit of vigour, which would indicate to me that they have a root system. And same with this one. But I'll just tap him out. Look at that, look at all those roots, beautiful. 3 weeks. I'll pot him up in a minute. Now, this one here, again, I'll show you. Now that root system just started to hit the edge of the pots. Looking good. And again, I'll pot him up as well shortly. But, and I'll bring the camera in for this. So this is the original plant. The cutting is basically just a small tip cutting off the end of the plant. So that's, what's that, inch and a bit. Just peel those 2 leaves off, maybe a few more. That's your cutting. As long as you've cut just below a root node, which is a root node is where the leaves come out, and you'll see a little sort of a bump there. That's where the root system will develop from. And all I need to do is get my cutting, this is my dibbler, my finger, put it down. So that's your root node, that's the first set of leaves there. I would go to the bottom of that next set of leaves for depth. That's it. So I'll just do another one. Like I said, we don't need any rooting hormone. I'm at towards the end of the first month of summer at the moment. So you really want to be doing this late spring, early summer, and you'll get plenty more plants. But I can fit 4 even 5. I'll put 4 around the outside and 1 in the middle. One of the easiest plants you'll grow from cutting is basil, especially if you do it at the right time of year. Now there's just, I might just put that one a little bit deeper. The only other thing you need to do now, is put this into some sort of a greenhouse or a hothouse. I've got one of those semi-clear storage type containers which I've just turned upside down. So I put some pavers down, put this in there on top of the pavers, and then I just put the little greenhouse thing over the top. The other thing you can do, I will show you. So it's just a water bottle. Cut around the bottom. A little bit neater than that. Right. And you just place this over the top. There you go. A little greenhouse. Give it a water. If you've got one of those little trigger sprays, you can give it a mist, and within 2 or 3 weeks you'll have your own basil plants. That easy. I'll just knock these out just to show you. Look at that, root system all around there. These guys are fine. So my job after this is to pot up all of these extra basils I've got, and that is just plain potting mix. I didn't use any special seed raising or cutting mixture or anything like that. It's just straight potting mix. Good quality potting mix, though, mind you. So this is the little sweet basil that I took cuttings of, and now is probably not the best time of day because it's a little bit wilted, but again, this is your tip, and that's your node, and below there is where you want your cutting. So just, oops, I've got my secateurs back to front. You want the anvil, this flat part here, on the side that your cutting isn't, so I've just got to turn it upside down. Right, just take those off at the bottom. I'll take these big leaves off. That's another cutting. Easy as. Just bury this up to there in the potting mix, and in no time at all you'll have your cutting. So there you go, that's my box basil, but you can do it with any basil, sweet basil. This time of year they're all dead easy, and if you only got one plant and you want to multiply, I would do it that way rather than seed. Be just as quick and just as easy. Anyway, hope you found that interesting. If you did, please like and share this video, and also don't forget to subscribe. It helps my YouTube world go around so I can make more videos like this one. Thanks for watching, cheers, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now. The other thing you want to do with your cuttings is place them in a fairly bright but sheltered place, so they shouldn't have any direct sunlight on them at all, but it should be as bright as possible. if you put too much sunlight in there, they're just going to dry out and they'll desiccate. So, bright but not full sun, keep them moist, and Bob's your uncle.